One of Silicon Valley's biggest tech companies is finally looking to turn over a new leaf. After months of infighting and embarrassing controversies, Uber now has Expedia's former CEO, Dara Khosrowshahi, as its new leader. But the selection process had its own share of drama. One of Uber's major investors, Benchmark, wanted Hewlett-Packard CEO Meg Whitman to be appointed. And former CEO Travis Kalanick preferred former General Electric CEO Jeff Immelt. Given Uber's legal battles in multiple markets, sexual harassment lawsuits, and recent exodus of top executives, Khosrowshahi has a difficult job ahead, restoring Uber's image, repairing relations with investors and employees, and driving the company to profitability after 7 years of losses. Khosrowshahi will also have to match up with the legacy of Uber's controversial co-founder, Travis Kalanick. He was ousted in June as CEO due to bad behavior, following calls by shareholders. But Khosrowshahi is known for turning around the fortunes of Expedia in a highly competitive online travel market. He took 12 years to do that. Investors and shareholders of Uber hope he repeats his success, but at a much quicker pace. Sourav Roy, TRT World.
Professor Erik Gordon from the Ross School of Business at the University of Michigan joins me now. Professor Gordon, welcome to the show. This hasn't been a good few months for Uber. What is Khosrowshahi's first order of business likely to be?
His first order of business is going to be to develop some kind of relationship with the board of directors. The directors are badly divided. There is the Kalanick camp, who didn't want him. They wanted Immelt. There is the get Kalanick out of the way camp, who didn't want him. They wanted Whitman. He has to get both sides to support him and his next steps to move the company away from its dysfunctional culture and its very large losses.
Now, there appears to have been tight competition between the candidates vying for the position. What does Khosrowshahi bring with him, and does he have, in your mind, the ability to steer the ship to calmer waters?
I think the main thing he brought to the table that got him the job was that he was not the first choice of either faction on the board. So he was the compromise candidate, so neither side had to concede that they lost. He really has very, very big problems. The dysfunctional culture is very deep in Uber. It's been carefully crafted over the years by Travis Kalanick. He has to weed it out and change it. That's always very difficult. At the same time, he has to cut down on the losses, which are getting to be less, but they're still very large. They're in the billions of dollars. It's a much bigger task than he had when he put together Expedia.
Talking about change, does this represent a much-needed new beginning for Uber? The potential is clearly there.
Well, it might be a new beginning. We won't know how new it is until we see what level of influence Kalanick keeps. If Kalanick is still hovering over the company, if his directors are still hovering over the CEO, it probably isn't a new beginning. But it's a company that desperately needs a new beginning because it's a company with great potential. It's a company based on a great idea. It just has been run so peculiarly that instead of becoming a great company, it's become sort of a great mess.
Well, the company, as we know, is facing increasing pressure in the markets that it's operating in. What type of leadership will it take from Khosrowshahi to turn this corner?
He's going to need to learn how to cooperate across markets instead of using the Kalanick style, which was to disobey the law and to fight the authorities and to ridicule the authorities. Clearly, to expand into new cities in the US and globally, the company is going to have to become more global. It's going to have to become more cooperative. It's going to have to learn how to build relationships instead of going in and threatening people and ridiculing people. So it needs a completely new management style, which the new CEO might have.
Professor Erik Gordon, thank you for those insights.